Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our BIBD 18th Home Showcase. Before we commence with today's event, we would like to invite Yang Mulia Tuan Pengiran Shah Hazrin to recite Surah Al-Fatihah.
Astaghfirullahaladzim, 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 ila hadratin Nabi Mustafa Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa alihi wa ashabil kiramul Fatihah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin.
Amin, 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 ya Rabbal Alamin. Next, I would like to introduce our moderator for today's forum, Puan Haryanti binti Haji Mertusin, to kickstart for today. Silakan, Puan.
Thank you, Adelina. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning, everyone. Welcome to our panel discussion on BIBD 18 Home Showcase Festive Edition, Inspiring Spaces for Raya. I am Haryanti Haji Mertusin again, and I'll be guiding our conversation today, and I hope it's gonna be fruitful and inspiring for all the audience here. So, we have a distinguished panel of speakers who will share their insights on creating inspiring spaces for the festive season. Let's start by introducing one of our panelists. So, next with me is actually Abdul Hafiz.
Samai.
How are you today?
Good. Pleasant morning.
Pleasant one. It is.
Pleasant morning.
It is a sunny Friday morning.
It's hot, really hot.
How are you feeling again?
A bit
Still good. Okay. Not nervous?
Not nervous.
Alhamdulillah. So, could you please tell us a bit about yourself and your expertise in interior design, particularly in the context of Raya?
My name. I'm from Tree Designer Studio. So, I work on.
Yeah.
I work on my field, mostly on interior architecture and design, and it's already been 15 years of experience in my industries.
Wow.
So I'm fortunate that I managed to deal with multidisciplinary, residential, commercial, healthcare, and private sector, something like that. For now, for the topic of the
Yes.
in terms of the Raya in particular question.
Sorry about that.
No, I think it's the battery. So in terms of the Raya, in terms of the question that you asked, there's so much question that we can particularly ask, but in terms of the Raya question itself, one simple element that we can get in terms of huge perspective, just for the Raya itself, we can follow by using colors. By using bright colors, vivid, it can change the whole atmosphere of your space.
Wow. Thank you, Abdul Hafiz. Now, we have here Dayanku Nur Akila. As a home specialist manager at Bank Islam Brunei Darussalam, you have a unique perspective on home financing. And I believe most of the customer faces challenges. So how convenient it is to take up home financing with BIBD, and what are your thoughts on the biggest challenge facing by your client before applying home financing?
Thank you, Puan Haryanti. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sebelum saya menerangkan lebih lanjut, izinkan saya menggunakan dua bahasa untuk saya senang menerangkan bis kita dan bis kita senang menerima. Okay, so as kita tahu, BIBD Home Financing ini adalah matlamat untuk memiliki rumah. Okay, bukan saja untuk kami membantu in terms of financing bis kita, kami juga ada menyediakan third party yang involved seperti lawyer, valuer and takaful provider. Okay, di dalam proses home financing ini memang ia punya proses memakan masa yang lama. Jadinya daripada A to Z, our home specialist and BIBD will assist and sampai BIS kita membuat pembayaran kepada developer BIS kita. Jadinya mudahlah sedikit BIS kita punya urusan itu. And beside on that juga, on the biggest challenge facing by our client ini, this is based on my experience lah. Ini kisah benar lah. One of our client itu interested untuk membeli rumah, okay, dengan harga 255,000. Okay, customer kami itu pun sudah membuat pembayaran pendahuluan sebanyak 5,000. Jadinya lebih daripada harga rumah itu sebanyak berapa? 250,000. Okay, dan after a while itu baru customer kami itu ada masa datang berjumpa dengan home specialist kami. Jadinya untuk membayar lebih 250,000 itu. Jadinya our home specialist kami mengirakan kelayakan customer kami itu 197,000. Okay, of course daripada kami bank perspektif memang kami akan menolong sebaik mungkin untuk mencapai matlamat klien kami ya. Jadinya memang ada kelebihan, ada kekurangan untuk membuat pembayaran kepada developer tu. Jadinya of course di sana kami akan mendik the information whether customer kami itu ada saving, and then of course kalau spouse-nya ada bekerja ataupun ada income untuk joint financing. Jadinya boleh dibagi joint financing income untuk tujuan pembelian rumah. Unfortunately, orang that time itu only the husband yang bekerja. Jadinya of course kami akan find lagi another solution because masa ini kita ni kena bagi kemudahan sudah kita SPK. Bis kita ada pernah mendengar SPK? Ada pernah? Ada. Okey. Untuk umur yang 40 tahun boleh mengeluarkan caruman untuk tujuan rumah. Jadinya when we see customer itu not meet the requirement. So Alhamdulillah, we find another solution, another product which is personal financing. Nanti hasilnya will explain later. Jadinya customer kami itu eligible untuk apply tapi masih juga ada kekurangan 24,000. Dan finally customer decide to proceed. So, what is our learning lesson di sini? Satu adalah mengetahui budget ketani dahulu. Kedua, plan your budget wisely. And ketiga, saving tah awal, okay, untuk memudahkan BIS kita merancang pembelian rumah. Okay, so dengan ada opportunity di sini ni home festival ni pun juga one of the convenient BIS kita. Di sini ada realtors, ada home specialist kami sedia membantu BIS kita. Thank you Hariyati.
Wow, very insightful Dianku Norakila. Panjang lebar. Tetapi secara rumusannya apa yang Dianku Akila explain tu, kami also act as a one-stop agency. Di mana tadi yang diterangkannya, kami salah seorang maksudnya tu our home specialist, our dedicated personal bankers, manager sales boleh menolong untuk kita memilih. Bukan cuma memilih customer punya yang memilih tu One-stop agency seperti yang boleh mengadakan pembayaran kepada takaful provider, professional lawyers and juga surveyor. Mungkin nanti kalau kita mau lebih lanjut kita boleh berjumpa sama salah seorang kami punya personal banker yang ada di booth masa ini. Okay, now next we have Haslini also, who focuses more on personal financing and home improvement financing. Okay, Haslini, cuba kita terangkan key consideration, maksudnya yang patut an individual terapkan di dalam minda mereka sebelum mengambil any pembiayaan di mana-mana cawangan BIS kita untuk memenuhi cita rasa durang sebelum menempuh ni festive season hari raya kita ni. Cuba kita terangkan.
Terima kasih Puan Haryanti. It's a very interesting and a bit tricky question on that one. Okay. First of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Kalau tadi kan option for the finance, okay, we have to know what is the purpose of we do the financing, okay. So ni tadi setiap orang ia have different tujuan purpose-nya membuat finance.
Selalu ni berlaku.
So kalau sekiranya tujuan financingnya tu untuk membayari barang-barang yang small item, for example, jadi biasalah during hari raya ni semua orang kan look good not only on yourself but also rumah, okay. So maybe people is thinking of buying furniture ataupun those item ataupun they need to use khidmat interior design, okay. So they can opt for personal financing for that one. Because personal financing you can tujuannya tadi boleh gunakan untuk apa-apa sajalah. So during this BIBD 18 home showcase, we do offer attractive promotion on the personal financing itself. Okay, in which if kita apply for personal financing during this period, you will be entitled 50% fee waiver on the processing fees, and for first 100 customer, they will for yang approved, they will entitled for $30 voucher, and the second part is lucky draw. Okay. So, and then another option is, for example, if they want to do a major one, for example, like renovation ataupun extension rumah, the best option is for them to go is home improvement financing. Okay, so this one, tapi pembayarannya adalah secara berperingkat mengikut kesiapan kan dia punya renovation itu. So for home improvement financing, you can finance the tenure up to 10 years, and then you have lower repayment and you entitle much more bigger compared to personal financing. Okay, thank you, Haryanti.
Thank you, Haslini, for those valuable insights again. So lastly, we have Viren Koo, the Director of New House and Interior Design Company. So Viren, your expertise in crafting unique interiors must bring a fresh perspective to the discussion.
Okay.
I believe for those yang rasanya ada keinginan untuk menambah suai interior dalaman, interior termasuk dalaman, perhiasan rumah, boleh ni bertanya later arah Mr. Viren.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you approach designing spaces for Raya, considering cultural elements and modern trends?
Okay, I'll just share based on my personal experience. When back in the days when we go to Raya, sometimes sometimes it can be very exciting. We have a lot of people coming at one time. So I think it's very good if you can have your space open as much as possible to allow people to have their own pockets, right? To have their own meeting lah, because sometimes you have too many people come at one time, kan? So it's also awkward if you just have one space to sit, kan? So
yes,
it's good if you can have your space as open as possible. And just allow for some furnitures like temporary furnitures here and there, so that people can sit down and have their food and enjoy the conversations.
Maksudnya tu like minimalist, something like to ensure everybody gets the vibe for Raya.
Yes.
Something like that, right?
Because sometimes you have family come.
Yes.
So, and then you have friends come. Friends don't know your family. Sometimes friends don't know the friends, kan? So it's good. I think from my personal experience, kan,
yes,
if you can have arrange pockets of spaces for people to have their private conversations lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now let's delve deeper into our topic. Since tadi Byron mentioned pasal giving spaces, like knowing. I think you prefer not you prefer. Perhaps you prefer like kalau modern aesthetic. It's very very wide, open spaces, senang
Yeah.
duduk,
Yeah.
macam like the Japanese style tu lah in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Hafiz, could you share some key elements again or design principle based on experience that contribute to creating inspiring spaces for Raya? Perhaps the audience would actually wanted to know on your perspective.
Okay. Mostly about the renovation. We don't speak about renovation. Just say decoration now. So mostly what you have to pay for decoration, as Byron said, we can play furniture. First thing about furniture, we can play 3-2+1. So you can have a L shape, 3-seater, 2-seater, 1-seater. It can make a different space out of your Raya space. Imagine playing color coding.
Yes.
Just say you're
Neutral
gonna put some ornaments and then you're gonna put some pillows. You can play around with your pillows with the moon crescents or ketupat.
Wow.
Just play around and maybe we can add some natural wood. Natural wood, what it means is we can slap on SPC floorings, or maybe the easiest way you can enhance your space is pendant light. All those pendant lantern light, it can affect all those lighting instead of bright light. Might as well you just play around with warm white or warm yellow white. It's all there. Yeah.
Wow. So artinya in your view lah, kadang-kadang kan kalau di Brunei ni macam mestinya orang suka datang berduyun-duyun macam-macam kan. Kadang-kadang kalau let's say lah, like right now we have one of our vendors also from Grand offering example like IKEA furnitures. Is it itu one of the in terms of the furnitures yang boleh diterapkan dalam your design?
Yes, why not?
Pemilihan. Kadang-kadang orang suka like I still want to stay traditional but tapi I don't like sampit, like so are you going to like modify sedikit or macam mana?
Yes. Okay. If you don't want to spend more, maybe we can play out of the box. Play out of the box. Since it's the Raya season, Raya mood, why not just play with a rug? Or maybe wool rug. Instead of sofa, you can put a low coffee table.
Yes.
And let all the family just sit bersila and play with all your games or maybe play around with the food.
So mungkin benda yang paling penting elemennya yang seperti tadi yang Akila mention, like plan your budget.
Yes.
And then you would actually give your like expertise to design mana yang berpatutan yang boleh untuk dorang kecapi during this Raya.
Correct. Because
Ngama?
not all clients have money that have budget for certain money. Maybe they can only expend 500 or maybe 1K or 5K, maybe maximum 10K.
Alhamdulillah. So I hope our fruitful today's session ini boleh menolong juga some of the audience kemungkinan yang tadi yang Puan Hasini mention pasal personal financing, renovation financing. So now fascinating insights. So let's divert the conversation considering we have participation vendors from contractors and realtors. So Dengku Nur Akila again, from your experience, how would you determine, or perhaps in your pemahaman lah, the requirement that a customer may need before engaging with the realtors or contractors? Ini penting ni untuk bis kita yang akan menambah suai rumah. Cuba Dengku Nur Akila boleh explain sedikit?
Thank you Puan Harinti. Okay, masa ni kita senang sudah, mudah sudah, canggih sudah masa ni. So before you do the renovation or home financing, so bis kita dimudahkan untuk berjumpa dengan our personal banker and our home specialist untuk mengetahui apa saja requirement and the process. So kami punya personal banker akan menerangkan end-to-end proses juga. At the same time untuk mengetahui bajet bis kita. Jadinya untuk memudahkan bis kita lagi membuat pencarian rumah atau membuat renovation atau okay. So untuk mencari after bis kita tahu the process and the requirement. Sorry ya. So bis kita boleh mencari your contractor, realtors ataupun developer dengan melayari website www.povia.gov.pn. So di sana ada banyak boleh bis kita mensurvey contractor, developer and realtors yang bis kita mahukan itu. So dengan saya mention tadi dengan adanya home showcase ni pun senang juga kita berurusan. Terima kasih.
Oh, Alhamdulillah. So di sini yang aku Nur Akila explain itu, BOVIA itu maksudnya secara ringkas Board Brunei Darussalam Board of Valuers, Estate and also Realtors. Ini is under Ministry of Development. So mana-mana yang ada keinginan sebelum maksud saya tu yang Dan Kuakila explain tu durang ni is Festive, durang ni certified yang and also accredited under Ministry of Development. Okay? Ngam Okay. So now berbalik lagi semula kepada Puan Hasli ni. Okay. Di sana sebentar tadi Puan Hasli mention pasal personal financing and also tu Okay. Now, perhaps kita boleh terangkan lagi maybe sedikit tips untuk memanage personal finances effectively sebelumnya orang akan melawakan rumah. Itu paling penting tu.
Okay, terima kasih Puan Harinti. Terima kasih Puan Harinti. This question is an important question for everyone in a very interesting question. Okay, during this festive season, normally people will always over budget. So tip untuk effectively manage our finance. Normally for myself different people have their own different preferences. So for me, I normally follow these 7 steps. These 7 tips lah. First, plan your budget. Kedua, plan ahead. Ketiga, research cost. Keempat, in which what we call is research cost. And then we have to shop and save. Ketiga, stick to your own budget. 7 is what we call flexibility. Okay, so I will explain on this the 7 steps. Okay, step pertama yang saya cakap tadi, set a budget. Budgeting is very important. Okay, memang fitrah manusia ni selalu kalau during festive season ni is will be related with shopping. Okay, so kadang-kadang tawaran sana, promosi sini, diskon sana, diskon sini. So we tend to macam over excited dan menyebabkan spending daripada apa yang sepatutnya. Okay, so under theory of economic, this is what we call is theory of customer behavior, in which we have difficulties in difficulties in choose between what we need, what we want, tapi we have limited resources ataupun limited budget. So budgeting is important for you because from here you will boleh control your finance and you can track your own finance. Okay? And then kedua plan ahead. Artinya don't do last minute punya things, kan? Selalunya kalau last minute punya things drawbacksnya is a lot, kan? Pertama, we don't have a choice. Okay? Pasal choice satu sudah kena pilih sudah. Lepas tu kedua, we tend to pay high price. And then ketiga, in term of quality, maybe not what we want because we have to take whatever yang available in the market lah. So when you plan ahead, so we have a price competitive, so we can have a better quality. And then what we plan itu pun accordingly lah. Okay? Yang ketiga, research cost. So research cost ini artinya when you already have plan, when you have already dia tanya raya ni aku mau buat ni, raya ni aku buat ni. So what we do is research cost ni by getting quotation atau mana-mana lah vendor lah, terutama macam tadi yang mention Badan Kukila, yang lesson contractor. Get as much as quotation as you can lah. Kalau ni tadi minimum 3. So di sana tadi boleh compare the price. Okay, who offer the best. Okay, and then yang keempat, always prioritize your expenses. Okay, prioritize expenses artinya kalau sudah tadi budget ni, that's the thing that we need to do. Jangan ni tadi kita tambah lagi dengan ni dengan ni. Kalau kita ambil package ni kita akan dapat ni. So we tend to over budget. Okay, so stick prioritize your expenses. And then yang kelima, stick to your expenses. Let's stick to your budget. Okay, jangan ni tadi sudah di plan lain tiap lain jadinya. Okay, yang as I said tadi, memang fitrah manusia ni tadi selalu suka kecantikan, suka dengan tawar-tawaran. So macam kanda tawarkannya buy one free one, aku mau. And then tadi lagi takut nak rugi, so we tend to take the package lah. So at the end we over budget, and then lepas satu when we have over budget tadi, the long runnya the effect will be we have a financial stress and yang tadi over leverage, banyak tipulung hutang tu daripada yang sepatutnya. Okay, and then yang ke-6, shop smart. Artinya kalau during macam package season ni, there's a lot of promotion going on, discount. Coupon, as Darren said. Okay, take advantage. Macam for example like this BIBD home showcase ni. So this is the time that you actually take advantage. Pasalnya tadi apa yang diorang tawarkan tu lebih cheaper daripada yang normal price. And then lastly, okay, flexibility. As I mentioned earlier, flexibility ni we are refer to what type of financing that we require. Jangan tadi aku mau buat ni tapi pakai tujuan lain. Okay, and then flexibility tu jadi finance option tu we have to see what the bank can offer towards our purpose ataupun tujuan itu. Okay. So if you follow this seven tip, insyaAllah we will be always on track. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent point Haslini. Okay. Yang dapat saya rumuskan tadi tu, maksudnya yang paling penting is need versus want. Artinya kemahuan dengan keperluan. Sama ni dengan yang akan saya katakan dengan Byron, kemahuan. Kadang-kadang yang orang tadi dimensionnya pasal modern element, cultural element, traditionally. Semua orang mahu, okay masa ni semua modern. Tapi aku masih mau jual style lama. Tapi aku suka style baru. So payahkan need versus sesuatu, payahkan dipisahkan. Okay, now. So Byron, as an interior designer, how do you balance traditional elements with modern aesthetic when designing spaces for Raya? And what advice can you give to the new homeowners looking to achieve this balance?
Okay, I hope you guys have your carpets from the good carpets that you keep from last year. You can pick that up. If you don't have, then maybe you can go get something, because I think carpets is something that can really change. I do agree with you.
Yes.
It can really change the look of how your space looks like, and of course it doesn't cost too much lah.
Yes.
But if you have a little bit of budget, right, then you can consider getting some new furniture, which I also do agree with you. Alternatively, you can also consider the color of your walls. So that also can change a lot of the feel of your place, and you also can make it look new and fresh. There's a lot of types of wall finishing out there. We have in new house you can find quite a fair bit of wall finishing.
Traditionally pun ada kan desainnya.
Yes. And I do agree with you. Like Hari Raya time is a good time to be doing your shopping, because that's the time when you get the best bang for your buck lah. So even at new house we also have promotions for Raya.
Oh, wow.
So you guys can have a look at that and see how you can start saving, but also maximizing in getting a new look for your Raya period.
During this time.
Yes.
So, okay. So, thank you for all the insights. Now, you guys ready, ne? I'm going to open the floor for any questions. So now let's open the floor to question from audience. So if any from the audience would actually like to raise some question, you may feel free to raise your hand. Perhaps from some of the panelists. Ada soalan? Boleh bertanya ni. Kalau kan mau macam mana cara tradisional lawa, boleh juga. Kalau kan mau macam tadi kan yang Kuakila ada mention pasal kontraktor, mungkin ada orang yang dah berapa arif maksud Bovia tu di mana pun boleh juga bertanya. With Hafiz di sini, ia boleh mendesain mungkin mengikuti budget bis kita. Any simple question yang kita rasa kurang faham.
Okay. Nanti pohon spesialis saja.
Oh, tapi tidak apa. So, mungkin saya kali yang bertanya ni. Okay, based on your experience lah, Hafiz, berapa jumlah yang paling minimum untuk mengubah suai, walaupun jadi orang tadinya plan ahead, plan budget, kadang-kadang yang orang kalau boleh kata pergi ke langit, tapi kadang-kadang macam okay, maybe perhaps you can actually like explain, is there any minimum amount for them to kickstart in terms of modifying orang punya interior?
Okay. The most minimum that I can see from the client, just say a dry kitchen, mostly about 15K?
15,000.
15,000.
Lengkap sudah tu.
All complete finish with accessories and with minor decoration of pendant slides and lighting. Yeah.
Modernly lah.
It can be a minimalist.
So kan kalau di sini kalau kita mostly Bruneian, diorang tinggal di rumah-rumah cluster, apartment, kan dia punya space tu very compact. So in that range pun 15,000.
Sometimes you have to understand. I don't understand about this. One costing of one painting, just by per square feet, is already can cost a lot.
Okay.
We haven't discussed about. We haven't discussed about workmanship, and plus the client also paying for our design fee. Yeah. So not just about poor part, about client part. They need to decorate their own stuff. They need maybe they want they have own cutlery,
materialsnya, equipmentnya,
yes,
estetiknya,
everything.
Semua lengkap. Alhamdulillah. So perhaps from the audience, kalau sekiranya mau lebih tahu, kita boleh actually berjumpa one of orang punya booth. Nihas ada di sini juga kan, Byron? So, and for those yang rasanya akan mengambil kesempatan during our BIBD 18 Festive season ini, boleh berjumpa dengan mana-mana personal bankers yang ada di booth dan juga di dalam cawangan kami. So, unfortunately, we've run out of time for questions. So before we conclude, I'd like to express my gratitude to our panelists, Abdul Hafiz, Dayanku Nur Akila, Haslini from BIBD, and also Mr. Varenku for sharing their expertise and insights with us today. So thank you all for joining us, and let's continue to create inspiring spaces for Raya. Have a wonderful day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you.